everyone, and welcome to the Legal Access, where we talk everything commercial and labor law. My name is Mesha, and today we're going to be discussing mediation. So the reason I wanted us to discuss mediation today is because great news. I recently got certified as a mediator. Yay! Okay, so yes, I am officially a certified mediator. So today I'm just going to explain what mediation is, under what circumstances it is advisable to mediate, and then sort of do a comparison between mediation and litigation. The reason why I'm comparing it to litigation is because litigation is a dispute resolution quantum that we go to, like it's your go-to dispute resolution quantum. Like when there's a dispute, the first thing people think of is going to court. So mediation is not so popular, hence I'm comparing it to litigation, so then you can decide for yourself which works best, which one works best for you between mediation and litigation. As usual, I got my notebook. Okay, so I'll be referring to the notebook where I forget stuff or whatever. Okay, so what mediation is basically a process whereby parties to a dispute try to reach consensus with the assistance of a third party, the third party being the mediator. So it's basically you have a dispute with either your spouse or your business partner or whoever, and then you come together, like have a sort of a meeting, and then there's a third party, the mediator, who is facilitating the whole process. The role of the mediator in the process is simply that of facilitation. What the mediator does is to assist the parties identify what exactly the problem is, because in a dispute it is not always the case that the parties actually know why they are fighting. Like sometimes you fight with someone but you actually don't know why you're fighting. One thinks the dispute is this one and the other thinks the dispute is that one, and because you're not communicating properly, each party just ends up believing whatever they want to believe. I hope I make sense. So the role of the mediator is to assist in such a conflict to determine exactly what the dispute is, and then assist the parties express their needs in a respectful manner. Because when people are fighting, it's not always easy for them to respect each other, listen to each other, give each other a chance to speak. So what a mediator does is basically facilitate the whole process, give each party a chance to speak and sort of explain what the other party is trying to say to another, in instances where they're just not understanding each other. Okay, so yeah, helps the parties express their needs and then assist the parties reach an agreement. So the mediator does not decide for the parties. The mediator merely assists them in reaching an agreement, and then it is also the duty of the mediator to draw up a settlement agreement wherein both parties will sign that yes, we agreed on this and that. And yeah, that's basically what the role of the mediator is in mediation. People mediate because I keep hearing sounds and I'm the only person here, so I'm trying to figure out what's happening. Okay, yeah, I had a sound again. Okay, I don't know what that was. Okay, where was I? Oh, people mediate if they have a relationship, like a long-term relationship, or should I say an ongoing relationship. Yes, People mediate because they have a relationship. The thing with litigation is that one party wins and another party loses. So with mediation, parties are put in a position where the agreement favors the both of them. They both agreed on it. Like, nobody said to them, you are right, you are wrong. They both agreed that the best way for us to move forward is if we do this. So it is important for people who are in an ongoing relationship to mediate rather than litigate, because then the relationship can continue even after the dispute has been resolved. Whereas with litigation, it's hard to continue a relationship, because then I lost and you won, so why would I still want to be in your life, for instance? Okay, so we have mediation is voluntary, but we also have court annexed mediation. Now, court annexed mediation is mediation that can be suggested by the court or a party to a dispute that is already in court can apply for the matter to go for mediation. Okay, I think I'm saying a lot of things. So what happens with a court annexed mediation that is applied for by one of the parties to the dispute is, like, the matter is already in court, right? Then one party, either one of the parties, can decide that I think it's best if this matter is mediated instead of go for litigation. So that party can, at any time during the litigation process before trial, either party can ask the clerk or the registrar of the court to refer the matter for litigation. After trial has started, the party has to apply to the court before judgment for the matter to be referred for mediation. And at any time during the process, like during the trial, the presiding officer can suggest that the matter, or inquire as to whether the matter did go to litigation, or if the parties would be willing to go for litigation. That's when now we have a court annexed mediation, because now the dispute is already at court. I hope that makes sense. Whereas with private mediation, you just decide when you have a dispute with somebody that I think we should go for mediation. You find a mediator, and then you speak to the mediator as to when and how you can have the mediation, and then that's it. It's easy as that. And then the mediator mediates upon your dispute, and then there's a settlement agreement if you agree, and then if you don't agree, you don't agree. Okay, so the difference between mediation and litigation, this I have to look up. Okay, the difference is mediation has a lot of benefits, so do not think that I am I'm saying a lot of advantages for mediation and disadvantages for litigation. It's not me, it's just how it is. Okay, so one, mediation is quicker. Mediation you can get a settlement in less than a day. Like, if the matter is not that complex, you can meet with the mediator today, and in a few hours you have agreed and there's a settlement agreement. Whereas with court, there's a lot of procedural requirements, like there's documents that need to be served, documents that need to be filed, must request for a date, and all of that. It takes time, rather than with mediation, you just call a mediator and mediate. Another thing is that with mediation, the parties choose a mediator, whereas with litigation, you don't choose your own presiding officer, the court chooses it for you. And then the third difference is, let me check. Oh, important, mediation is private. Court proceedings are not private. You can have anyone come into court and listen to your matter being heard by the court, so it's not private. Also, court documents are not private. Mediation is private and confidential. It stays between the parties and the mediator, and the mediator cannot repeat what was said in the mediation process unless compelled by the court, or unless there's exceptions, like maybe it's for the benefit of a child or things like that. There's a few exceptions, but standard procedure is mediation is private and confidential. Okay, you choose yourself when and where you want the mediation to be. Obviously, both parties would have to agree because mediation is voluntary. So yes, you choose where you want the mediation to be and where. And like with the court, you are given a date and you have to go to a specific court. You don't decide yourself where you want your matter to be heard. And then, well, with mediation, there's no legal aid in South Africa right now. You have to pay from your own pocket, whereas court has legal aid for people who cannot afford legal fees. Okay, and then a mediation agreement is like a contract. It is not a court order, so it is an agreement, and it's up to the parties to follow the agreement. Nobody's going to force them to follow the agreement unless now you take the matter to court to say, but we agreed on this and he or she is not doing as we agreed. It's like a contract, like I said. So yes, that is mediation for today. I don't know if I'm going to do more videos on mediation, but you will let me know if you'd like to know more about mediation and different aspects of mediation. Yeah, thank you for watching until the end. Your newly certified mediator appreciates you, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.